Well, hello, creatives, community, and kind folks. Welcome to RPG with DBJ. I am your host, DBJ, and thank you very much for checking out the channel. I really appreciate it. Please, like, share, subscribe, whatnot. Hope you will like this analysis of Level Up 5e. Yes, Level Up 5e, Advanced 5th Edition for our favorite role playing game written from the ground up, Kickstarter by ENWorld. And as full to give you full disclosure, I am a small cog in the huge, diverse number of individuals who are brilliant and creative and energetic in helping bring this to life. And I'm glad I was able to have a small part of it. So I'd like to do my part to promote the Kickstarter and to give many of you who have questions a little behind the scene look at what this is about, because I know many of you who have checked out the Kickstarter page, who follow ENWorld, or have gone directly over to levelup5e.com. All of those links are below in the video. Might not know exactly what is written within combined probably 1,500 pages or so. So I thought I'd give um, my 2 cents, my editorial opinion about what is available and maybe some things to look forward to. So today we're going to talk about the combat maneuvers, and I'm going to read directly from the website and then give you some editorial comments as we go along. So, of course, let's look at combat maneuvers. One of the goals with Level Up Advanced 5th Edition was to create a more tactical combat system. But it was very important to us that we not create a more difficult combat system, which is why our combat maneuvers are a buffet of over 150 bite sized options, not unlike spells. Combat maneuvers are non magical, and they are classified in traditions. So combat maneuvers are organized into 10 traditions, roughly analogous to spell schools. These are Adamant Mountain, Biting Zephyr, Mirror's Glint, Mist and Shade, Rapid Current, Razor's Edge, Sanguine Knot, Spirited Steed, Tempered Iron, Tooth and Claw, and Unending Wheel. And from those uh, very descriptive descriptors, you can get an idea of what that tradition, that martial tradition, is about. Not all classes have access to combat maneuvers, and of those that do, not all have access to all of the traditions. The fighter, as the master of trained combat, has access to all traditions, whereas the berserker has access to about half of them. The wizard, you won't be surprised to hear, has access to none. Each tradition represents a different style of combat maneuver. So let's move on to maneuvers themselves. Within each tradition, maneuvers are ranked by degree from 1 to 5. Like wizards and their spells, fighting classes get access to new degrees as they gain levels. You learn maneuvers much like wizards learn spells. Additionally, each maneuver has a cost associated called exertion, with more powerful maneuvers costing more. You can spend your exertion points until you run out, and most rest to regain them. Most characters have a number of exertion points equal to double their proficiency bonus. So a first level character will typically have 4 exertion points, while a 17th level character would have 12. And let's go into the maneuver DC. When you attempt a maneuver, your target often makes a save against your maneuver DC. This is equal to 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength or dexterity modifier. And this should be absolutely familiar to anyone who has ever played 5th edition and who has ever, played an arcane caster, which is almost every single class now in its 10th year. So this is very common. And of course, the martial classes removing complexity but adding more depth. This is just in parity with what we already know. Okay, let's go into basic maneuvers. Everybody has access to basic maneuvers. They're the equivalent of cantrips. You're probably already familiar with them, such as disarm, grab on, grapple, knock down, overrun, and shove. They don't cost anything. When you successfully use a basic maneuver, you also deal basic melee damage. This is equal to half your proficiency bonus round down, which would essentially be 1 point to 3 points. Here's an example of a basic maneuver. Now, basic maneuvers can be done by anyone, And it also opens up the range of, while of course a wizard, maybe a cleric or warlock or sorcerer may not be as good at doing them, they still have the potential to. So a basic maneuver, something like knockdown. You can use knockdown maneuver to trip or push a creature down. If you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this maneuver replaces one of them. The target must be within your reach and be no more than one size category larger than you. The target makes a strength saving throw against your maneuver DC. On a failure, you deal basic melee damage and knock the target prone. If you check out one of the other videos that I have analyzing Level Up Fifth Edition, this Kickstarter and this huge project, it's not just a matter of knocking someone down. And on my channel, if you check out my channel, I absolutely love the environment. It's not just knocking someone down, but where are you knocking them down, or where are you shoving them to, or what's happening? Knocking someone down on a frozen lake might be really cool because they might not be able to stand up. And also, knocking someone down on a rope bridge might get them to fall off, or knocking someone off the side of a cliff, or knocking them over that stone embankment over top of the lava river or the pool of acid or whatnot. So I love maneuvers, and I love especially using them within a dynamic environment. Anyway, I had to use that as an excuse to add in the environment to every conversation. All right, but here are more maneuvers. So here's a small selection of combat maneuvers you will see in the upcoming Level Up 5e. So let me read this first one, and I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown. So this one is called Catch Your Breath. Costs 2 points. That means it costs 2 exertion points. It's a first degree adamant mountain bonus action. Ooh, that's a mouthful. So first degree meaning for martial class is like a first level spell. This is a first degree maneuver. Different wording, same effect, right? Same categorization. And it falls under the adamant mountain. So of course you must be skilled in Adamant Mountain, and it operates as a bonus action. You have a limited well of stamina that you can draw on to protect yourself from harm. You regain hit points equal to 1d6 plus your proficiency bonus plus your constitution modifier minimum of 0. We go to Bowling Blitz. It costs 2 points and costs 2 actions. It's a 4th degree Adamant Mountain action. With a mighty blow, you send one enemy crashing into its allies. Make a melee weapon attack using a weapon that has the heavy property. A creature damaged by the attack makes a strength saving throw, or it is knocked back 20 feet in a straight line and falls prone. Any creature in this line makes a dexterity saving throw, or it takes damage as if hit by the same weapon attack and falls prone. A creature that is 2 or more size categories larger than you has advantage on either saving throw. And this goes on, okay? We have counter shot, 1 point martial maneuver. It's a 2nd degree biting zephyr reaction. We have take weapon, costs 2 points. It's a 2nd degree mirrors glint reaction. Armor lock, costs 3 points and 2 attacks. It's a 5th degree mist and shade action. We have charge, single point, 1st degree rapid current action. There's death blow, 3 points. It costs 3 actions. It's a 5th degree razor's edge action. Let me read this one out. All your training culminates in this lethal attack. You deliver the perfect killing blow with a single secret technique. Make a melee weapon attack against a creature. On a hit, your attack becomes a critical hit, and if your attack would have already been a critical hit, the creature makes a constitution saving throw. On a failure, the creature is reduced to 0 hit points. And we go on. Shield wall, 1 point. It's a 1st degree sanguine knot bonus action. Rearing menace. And while I'm saying many of these things, it may seem a little bit complicated, right? For example, let me stop here at rearing menace. So this costs 3 points, or rather 3 points of exertion. So if your character currently has 7 points of exertion before having taken their rest, then you subtract 3 points from their 7, and they're able to perform this action. And then here it is listed as 2nd degree, like a 2nd level spell. Under Spirited Steed, much like a School of Magic. This is a martial school, and then it costs an attack action. And so all of these are listed. Once you pick one, you don't need to refer back to this, but Its cost 3 points, and whether it's an attack action or a reaction might be important. But other than that, it's awesome. There's over 150 of them. Of course, like spell levels, um, the first degree, second degree, third degree, there are far more first and second degree martial maneuvers, combat maneuvers, than there are fourth and fifth degree. So, of course, like spells, there are plenty of first level spells. And um, like climbing a mountain, they decrease because those who can perform those higher level actions are more rare, and those techniques are far more rare, just like spells. As a matter of fact, the combat maneuvers are so in depth that if you want to run a sword and sandals campaign, you just want to run rangers and barbarians that have no magical abilities, and you just want to have fighters, rangers, martial characters in your world, and you want to do an extremely low level or magic, or you in your world magic itself is corruptive, and you want only martial classes, this will really fill out that those martial techniques, and not just I draw my weapon, I roll to hit it with my sword, right? Here we have we end this sneak peek with dangerous signature. It only costs 1 point. It is a first degree unending wheel reaction. You have mastered a strike that is unmistakably your own. Choose a simple symbol, like such as a letter, to be your signature. Remind you of anything? When you have advantage on a melee weapon attack roll, on a hit, you can leave your signature on the creature or object you attacked. Your signature remains on a creature until it is fully healed and has taken a long rest. While a creature bears your signature, you can use a bonus action to make an intimidation check against it. On a failure, the creature is frightened until the start of your next turn. Uh, we know who that sounds like, right? And that is awesome, Zorro, right? And of course, you can make this your own and make this become your own. So again, thank you so much for tuning into the show and allowing me to show you, give you a little sneak peek into what you will find available in Level Up 5e. If you back the Kickstarter, please check out the Kickstarter. All the links are below in the video, both the Kickstarter page, ENWorld, levelup5e.com, and much more. So please, thank you very much for being part of the show. I really appreciate you and your attention. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Oh, by the way, before we go out, here's a call to action. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, comment, what have you. Spread, if you like this kind of content, just let other people find out about it as well. Guys, thank you very much. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.